Okay, YouTubers, this is Joe from ArtAlienTV. Now today I've got a bit of an update for you on a few things. I'm trying to keep this simple, but there's a lot to show here, but I'm not going to show you everything I've got because there's too much. I've just uploaded this new Gigapan, this is completely raw. This is Sol 519, Curiosity Rover. There's also this one, which is I uploaded the other day, which is Sol 513, Curiosity Rover. Humanoids, Mars Humanoids and Animals 1 and 2 here. Okay, links will be below for all this stuff in the description, and I'll link to the Gigapans in the comments, top of the comments, pinned at the top as well. Okay, now just before we look at those, I'm just going to do a quick update on the on this video, this one here, the Mars Emperor, which I uploaded about a week ago. Now, in the actual video, I did say in this that I thought it was about 50 or 60 feet tall. In fact, other image experts have had a look at this and claim that this thing is in fact well over 200 feet high from here to here. And in fact, I think one or two of them have said it's 246 feet from the chin to the top of the forehead there. Okay, absolutely massive. Now, I've corrected this and put some extra text in here saying that it's actually over 200 feet. I think it could well be over 200 feet. My calculations put it around 60 or a lot more even, I think I said. I thought it was about maybe up to about 100, but of course this is a lot further away than I initially thought. It's actually about another half a mile away down the edge of the crater, down the edge of the mountain, I should say. So it's a bit further away than I thought it was, which means it's way bigger than I thought it was. So there we are. So there was that. So if you haven't seen that already, check it out. For some reason, it's not doing that many views at the moment. This is possibly the largest statue we found so far, apart from maybe the one or two that I found up on the mountain, but those aren't in very good detail. The Colossus one I found is about 300 feet tall, plus. But that's an actual body of a person, not just a head. So there we are. But check that out if you haven't seen it already. There's some astonishing detail in here, and this is absolutely insane. Also, a quick update on the Mars Dino. If you haven't seen this, check this out. This is what looks like a roadrunner type bird, or a small dinosaur. And if you this hasn't done a lot of views either for some reason, because it's a shorter video. I don't think YouTube have actually pushed it at all. It's not even done 2,000 views yet. This is one I uploaded about a few days back anyway, about a week ago. And this is really cool. This is under a ridge in shadow here, and this is crazy. You can see the leg here. The enhancement should come up now, and you've got the tail end and the beak here. It's not very clear, but when you see it enhanced, you can actually see the leg quite clearly here, and the neck coming up, and a head with eyes and a beak. So it's probably a bird because it's got a beak. But some dinosaurs were very bird-like, so it could well be a dinosaur. The actual shape of it is more like a dinosaur because it's got the same sort of body and a long sort of tail. So either I would say. Unfortunately, there's not quite enough detail to say either way. Check out the Mars Emperor and the Mars bird or dino, and let me know what you think. Unfortunately, when they're in shadow like we have here, there's not a huge amount of detail to be seen, but the leg is very clear coming out here of the body. So whatever it is, it was a living creature at one point. And I think there's another leg here, just here, perhaps. It's unclear, but interesting either way. So let's get on with this one there. This could get a little bit complicated because basically what I've got here are two Gigapans, which covered roughly the same area. And what we can do here is cross-reference some of the things that I've shown before using both Gigapans, 513 and 519. Now, 519 is the one I recently uploaded, and this has got a whole bunch of things down here at this end on the left, including what looks like an uncovered burial here. We've got a head and a body and feet at the end, right? We got what looks like a possible statue or a possible calcified head that's snapped or broken off here. Some crazy eye detail in there, if you look at the eye, just there. And crazy teeth detail in the mouth. We got what looks like a small ape or something similar here. Then we got the scary Martian. Now the scary Martian, I'll come back to that in a minute. That's been covered before, so I'll come back to that. There's this dude here, which is absolutely insane, which is right over the other side on the left there, where most of these things are. Is a person with a beard and eyes staring right at the rover. What are the chances of that? I hear you say. Yes, exactly. And some kind of hat. Extremely strange. But you can actually see hair. So this is mummified. These are mummified remains. There's this reptilian looking thing. Very strange indeed, very pointed, long facial features, teeth, pointed nose, crazy looking sort of cranial detail here. This looks like it's broken off a bit here. But a lot of the reptilian looking skulls that I've shown before do have rather odd shaped heads, and they're all very diverse and quite strange looking. Some of them have these big ridges on their head and bony parts. So a lot of these may have had a kind of exoskeleton on them as well, especially the reptilian or reptoid looking Martian specimens I found. There's also this elongated head here. The top of it's broken off. This would have come around like this, more rounded. So the top is snapped off or broken away. There's a whole bunch of things there, and there's loads more in here that I haven't marked. I've left a load of other stuff for other people to find. I've only gone with the larger things here, but the main thing really was this, and I've shown this before in videos. This was found by Monte 6.5 years ago, and it's still one of the best finds on Mars, I think. And this is a good example of what I would call a mummified head. And we can see another one here, another shot of the same thing, which is from 513, which is here. Let me show you that. This is Sol 513. There he is. Not as clear in 513, but if you brighten that up, you'll see it a lot better. So if I show you this now, this has been brightened up, obviously. You've got two angles there and another angle from the front. This is from around Sol 500, I think, this one, but from much further away and further back. But you can see it directly from the front, and two side views here. This is side front, and that's sort of side as well. Okay, this one's from closer up, obviously, so we've got better detail. You can see an ear, eye, puggish little nose, mouth, some huge kind of teeth detail, or something coming out of the mouth here, which can be seen on this one as well. So there's something coming out of the side of the mouth there, possibly breathing apparatus or something, don't know. But what this does show is the amazing preservation of a lot of the specimens in this area, a lot of the mummified heads and burials. Like I've said before, the minerals in the ground, in the sand, the bicarbs and sulfates in the sand would crystallize anything that's left there. And the weather, the extreme cold and dry atmosphere would freeze dry you, and then you would start to crystallize very, very quickly because of the bicarbs and salt and sulfurous minerals in the ground, and you would basically start to crystallize. And over time, over hundreds of years, thousands of years, you would probably mineralize into a kind of fossil-like rock, okay? It's not the same type of mummification, or I should say fossilization, that happens on Earth, where things end up in the mud and then the mud covers them and then they mineralize that way. It's not the same as that. An exposed burial here. Now this person here, if that head belongs to this body and these feet here, which are just here, then this is small. This is only about 1 or 2 feet tall, this person. If that is all one person there, it may not be. But you can see feet, 2 feet together, part of the body and the head just there with a nose sticking up. Looks like an old man, even with eye detail. The preservation here is absolutely insane. But if we go from this side, we have some teeth, shark-like teeth here, possibly from a dinosaur or other creature, large reptile perhaps. We've got the cat figurine next to a little dog or something similar there, another little creature with floppy ears. I mean, the cat here's got ears pointing up like this, with the eye, nose there, and a mouth. We've got this strange thing here with vampire-like teeth and what look like horns. We got this weird thing here which shows up in both Gigapans, which looks like some kind of abstract art. We've got some strange angular parts here, some strange teeth and eyes, but also a head carved into the side of it, it seems, just here. You can see just about make out a nose and a mouth here. So some very strange abstract art here. This may be funerary art and part of some kind of burial structure, like a tomb or something that was here. Okay. Then we have this thing here, which is either a very small person or some kind of creature with an arm. And even in the raw image here, you can see that there are fingers at the end of this arm, like a hand just here. So you've got the arm coming up here, we've got the shoulder here and the head here. Okay. And then we have some occupation debris, which proves that there were people living here. This is either a bedpan or a bowl or sink or some kind of object, I should say. It's sort of pointed at this end. It's sort of oval shaped. This looks like a bowl or bedpan type shaped object. I don't know which one it is, but it's certainly hollowed out and has a bowl-like structure and shape to it. Okay, very interesting. There's also this one which I haven't shown before. It's one that I lost and found again the other day. This is a very large skull, and this is interesting because it has some kind of contraption or bit of equipment around it as well. If you look at it, if you look carefully, we've got a long elongated skull here. We've got an eye socket here, a nose cavity there, nasal cavity. We've got big teeth, and we have this thing coming around the edge, like a bridle or some kind of mouthpiece or something, like you would see on a horse, like a bridle or something like that, going like a bit, a mouth bit. Very strange. I don't know what that represents. Maybe this thing was wearing a helmet and it's broken away, or this is some kind of breathing gear. I don't know. I really don't know what that actually represents. So we got this thing here coming round and then round to here, attached to this object here. So there's something attached to it. I don't know what that actually means. This could actually be a carving, but I think it's probably an actual skull. I don't really know. It's very interesting. So there's loads of crazy stuff here, and some of it looks very abstract and like something that Picasso would have designed. This thing here is very strange. It has this little object sticking out on the back of it. It's got a kind of weird tail on the back with this thing here, and a very strange nose sticking out, and crazy teeth detail. This looks like a carving, a very abstract carving, perhaps a grave marker or something like that. I don't know. It's very, very odd. I don't understand what a lot of these things are exactly. I'm just trying to vocalize what I think they might be, and thinking out loud as usual. So these things can all be cross-referenced, and basically when you've got the same thing in two different Gigapans like we have here, the scary dude here, scary Martian, you can see him perfectly well in each one. And this one's even got a third angle as well. There he is again. And in this image at the bottom, you can see the third angle here. This was taken from around Sol 500. So we've got around 500, 513 and 519, the same person appearing in three different angles from 3 different days from the same camera, but also shows up in other camera images from the same rover. Okay, so that is definitely there. And this is a perfect example of what I would call a mineralized, mummified Martian. Okay, the 3 M's. Mineralized and mummified. And then sort of fossilized. So this could be many thousands of years old. This could be 20,000 years old. It could be 12. It could be 5. It could be 50. It could even be 100. Specimens have been found recently in Siberia. There was one that was found the other day of a bear. I'll put a clip of that up in a second for you. It's been estimated to be around 39,000 years old and is very well preserved. Now, imagine if that bear was preserved on Mars and not on Earth, and instead of being frozen in ice water ice, it was desiccated, freeze-dried and desiccated and then preserved in salts instead, it would last even longer because of the lack of oxygen and the extreme cold temperatures in Gale Crater and on Mars. So these things could probably last 100,000 years, perhaps even 1,000,000 years, as long as you didn't go up to it and kick it, because this thing would probably shatter into thousands of little tiny crystals and parts. Okay, like glass almost. This would probably just shatter on the ground. So these are kind of crystallized, mummified specimens. So we've got animals, we've got people, we've got occupation debris, we've got what look like burial markers or strange carved objects that look like burial markers, or perhaps funerary art. We've got a whole mixture of things. We've even got mummified people wearing hats, staring right at the camera with these eyes. And we've got different species. We've got these the elongated head ones, like the ones from Peru here, like the ones you see in Nazca in Peru, the Paracas of Nazca. We've got reptilians, we've got humans, we've got troll, little dwarf-like troll people here. We've got little apes, we've got the strange dude here, which may be a carving, don't know. And we've got a human here, a small human that's only about 1 or 2 feet long, about 2 feet. Absolutely insane. So this goes to show, oh, and there's another thing up here which I didn't show you, which is a strange creature with a very strange, almost trunk-like nose, and you can see the teeth either side of it here. The nose comes right down below the mouth. But this is a poor quality image, this one, and I struggled to get the detail out of this, but you can actually see the row of teeth here, and an eye here, and an eye here, but it's sort of mummified and grizzled, and kind of the head's kind of shrunken and wrinkled up. So that eye on the right doesn't look very clear, but you can see the row of teeth, so that's definitely a specimen, but of some kind of strange reptilian or other creature. Don't know what species that is. So we've got unknown species, we've got humans, we've got reptilians, we've got little troll-like people or dwarf-like people, we've got apes, we've got occupation debris, we've got all sorts, including a thing that even looks like a bedpan, of all things that you would find, or bowl, just here. So we got the lot. And the only thing we're missing here really is a vehicle in this image. You know, and there aren't any actual buildings, but a lot of these ridges in the background are probably buried, ruined structures here, at the back here. And this all kind of filled in with sand and stuff that's probably deposited there over many, many thousands of years, and then possibly blown away, revealing these burials, okay? So there we are, another complex video with a lot to see. So if you find anything in these, let me know. Post it on Mars Magazine on Facebook. If you find anything else in here that I missed, post it and I will add it to this and put your name on it as well, okay? So thanks for watching, everybody. Like I said, check out the dino or bird, Mars bird or dino. Check that one out. Roadrunner with a clear leg and body, neck, head, beak and eyes. Okay, check that out. And also, like I said, check out the Mars Emperor, way bigger than I said it was. Probably over 200 feet tall, from chin to the top of the forehead there. Okay, so thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you soon.